Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Paula with Paula's Imperfect Plans. On my channel, I share my personal planning and budgeting journeys as the sole planner and budgeter in my 2-income household of 5, living in the Midwest, hanging out here in our mid-30s, just trying to get our life together. So today, I don't remember which ones these I need. Today I am closing out my budget from the June 16th paycheck, because tomorrow is payday, so it is Thursday here, and okay, let's get all this stuff out. Got lots of stuff, I feel like. So we left off here on we left off right here below the locker on my weekly check-in. So going down to this pink, which was the category I didn't have before, I added it. It's house repairs. So we had a leaking pipe, and last Friday night when it was leaking, he went to our local Tyson's, grabbed a bunch of stuff just to try to get the water shut off behind the washer so it would quit leaking. He bought a bunch of stuff, returned some stuff, and ended up being $12.82 to get the water shut off. So the next one is Panda Express. So I originally highlighted it as extra eat out. He's grabbed himself some of his favorite Chinese after he got donated plasma last weekend. But you'll see it on the calendar page, but all but $3 of that I was able to put cash back in from our eating out cash. So the majority of that was actually covered by budgeted eating out cash. That's just me putting cash in. On Mercari and Dollar Tree were both beauty spending. Some nails that I wanted to try, press-on nails, and I don't remember even what I got at Dollar Tree. It wasn't very much. I transferred $5 in savings to my emergency fund because, why did I transfer? Oh, because I wanted, most of it is in my high yield savings account. I wanted the minimum in our local brick and mortar savings account, and that account minimum is $25. So I transferred a few bucks to that. This was a cash eating out purchase. Me putting more cash in to cover the eating out purchases. And then this was the second car wash that we got, but that was also a cash expense. Cash got put in to cover that. But I still put it in as transportation expense and the other thing, even though it is cash spending. So that's how I have it listed on there. I was going to go back at my calendar and kind of show you what we have here. Since the locker, we went to have the twice Tyson's that I showed you. Jimmy John's, $8.12 was covered in cash from Panda. And the other, sorry, there was a car going really slowly by my house and I was hoping they weren't pulling in. $3.54 was what goes into extra eating out. The Dollar Tree and Mercari beauty purchases that were cash, or that I cash pulled to put back in. This actually, I had budgeted some for work meals because I knew I would be going out with my work team that day. But I ended up having enough eating out cash at the cafe. I spent $11. And since I had money left, I went to Dairy Queen. That town has a Dairy Queen. I grabbed a Blizzard for my drive back. Our HELOC came out there. Amazon and Netflix will come out very soon, but I counted them as part of this paycheck. So that's currently, I think, what we have. So I'm going to go through and add up what I have. I just realized I didn't say anything about this from the cell phone. So when I wrote my cell phone payment on here, I wrote down $200 because I needed to budget it out to know where I was at math-wise. That's what's left. It was like $196.07. So $393 I just added back into what's left in this budget. So let's see if I can figure out how to math. So a few people have asked me, generally the comments related to budgeting that I've gotten, which aren't a lot, are, why do you do this paper and pen when an app will do it for you? And the simplest answer is because I want to. And I don't mean that to be snarky. Like, this is what I like to do. I've always budgeted pen and paper. I really appreciate a great spreadsheet. I can't make a great spreadsheet, but I appreciate one. Life with Liz Reaches has a cool spreadsheet that I actually downloaded because she has it for free. And Debt Free Jessie has a fantastic spreadsheet that she sells in her Etsy shop. Like, I appreciate a good spreadsheet, but I have it set up so like I have a spreadsheet that will automatically do what I'm doing here to set up my budget, and it does the math for me. And there's just something about it, like, I don't enjoy sitting in front of a computer and budgeting. So I do it this way because I like to do it this way. Because if we have to budget and if we have to get our lives together, I want to enjoy doing it. So that's the simplest answer to that. My income was what I expected. His income was like 4 cents less, $12.74 and 68 cents. Our dependent care flex, because it's the last one of the year, for some reason it's 208.41. 600 did come in from my plasma promotion. We did pull $8.83 and 74 cents in from our car gas sinking fund, and we did pull $175 in from our car gas sinking fund. Reselling, I didn't have anything originally budgeted for it, but the amount that I have for it is $47.09. That brings our total income to $4,050. That's better. I was like, the number is smaller, and I know it shouldn't be. $4,106.11. Coming down to our fixed expense, our HELOC was $403 and 44 cents. Our truck payment was $0. Church was $200. Netflix was $10.69. Amazon was $7.48. Daycare initial was $320. Cell phone was $196.07. Yes. Our internet was $0. Our car registration, $75, went into that sinking fund. And the gas bill was $883.74. So that means that actual for the fixed expenses was $2,096.42, which leaves us with $2,009.69 left to budget. All right, so we go to groceries. Our actual was $280. Our cash expenses should be pretty close. So I did put $60 in spending. His spending was $60, eating out was $60, household was $37.50, pull-ups was $34.99, Drinks was 50. Whoopsie. Kids spending was 9. The daycare difference was 175, and I put 40 in the beauty envelope. So I'm going to do this math really quickly, and then the part that I always forget is I actually need to go in and add up this total is 806.49, and if I subtract that from 2009 and 69 cents, the difference there is $1,203.20 that I then bring up here. These expenses actually all still should be correct. So I put 20 in the school envelope. No, I didn't put 20 in the school envelope. I put 50. I put 55 in the school envelope. I'll explain that in a minute. Actually, it was probably in another video. I put 5 away for my passport. 50 went to Christmas. 50 went to LP. 50 went to car repairs. 600 went to the pre-K tuition sinking fund. 20 went to kids. 20 went to birthdays. 5 went to Halloween, and 5 went to Grandparents' Day. So the total in those envelopes is $860. And if I subtract that from the $1,203 and $20 that we had left, that leaves $343 and 20 cents. All right, and so coming down to the extra category, we have work meals was 0, car wash was 20, miscellaneous, that was my husband's miscellaneous spending, which I added up, and it is $57.35. So we are over budget on miscellaneous. Family fun was 20, boots was 20. So I put medical in here, but I didn't put the flex in the income, and I'm not changing that right now. So, so I'm just gonna forget that and just leave that out of there. That didn't come out of our budget. That came out of our medical flex that got pulled in, so that can just be eliminated. Home maintenance was so far that one Menards trip, which is $12.81. $12.82. And then so extra eating out, did the math on that, so that was this $8.54 plus $13.87 plus 3, it's actually on this page, the portion of the Panda bill that was not covered, whoops, plus 8.54 plus 13.87, so that's $25.95 in additional eating out. That was beyond the cash that we budget for eating out. And then kids expenses, I've added all those up, and that is $112.01, and that was the mattress and the mattress protector for my youngest to get her in the free bunk bed that we got. And then so that was one really big purchase that I found a bunch of money left over in my budget from other categories and threw it at that, so we were able to cash flow that expense that I didn't budget for. And then so far on the emergency fund, I transferred $10.94 and I transferred $5, which puts us at a total so far of $15.94. So down here in the extra category, I have 20 plus $15.94 plus $57.35 plus $112.01 plus 20 plus 20 plus $25.95 plus $12.82. That equals $284.07. So the difference between that and what we have left is $343.20, which is a difference of $59.13. But on my expense tracker, it shows a difference of $58.36, which is 77 cents, which likely is because of the different rounding and things where I'll spend $19.19, but I'll put 20 in or something like that, which is why they might be off. So I'm left with $58.36 here, which is the number I'm going to go with because that, according to my math, is what I have left in the budget actually. And so as you can see, I did a little thing here. I've actually filmed this, but it wasn't in frame, so I had to come back and film again. So typically I would just take that and put it in the emergency fund because that's what I've been trying to do with everything that's left over at the end of the budget. But I'm actually going to roll over $53.83, which leaves $4.53. Which then I'm just going to put the $4.53 in the buffer. I do not keep track of my buffer. I have an estimate of what it is, and I pay it back anytime I go over it, which I haven't done recently, but it is there. So the reason that I am rolling that $53.83 over here is because we decided to get Mint Mobile, try Mint Mobile on a third spare phone that we have here at our house for 3 months. And 3 months at $15 a month is $45 plus like taxes and fees. So the reason that we did that is because I know that we pay too much for cell phone bills, but sometimes it's that fear of the unknown that keeps us doing silly things. And I know what I have right now with my wireless company, and so yeah, I'm like, is it going to be worse? But so we decided to try Mint Mobile on a spare phone. We got a new number, and right now it's kind of serving as an emergency phone, kind of what a landline would be. And my kids aren't really old enough to be home alone yet. Definitely not old enough for cell phones, but my oldest will, stay here if I have to run the girls or, run down to the farm quick. And so, to have that if he needs to call someone, programmed with all the appropriate numbers, that kind of thing. I wanted to try it and see how we like the company, the service, whatever, before we went and jumped away from our current situation. So that is the bill that's just hitting my credit card. So I'm going to roll that over from the rollover, and that will cover the Mint bill, so I don't have to adjust a bunch of stuff in this budget to do that. Yeah, so that is what I'm doing with that. That's my budget closeout. That leaves us down to zero here for the June 16th paycheck. The paycheck budget setup for the 30th is my previous video, so go check that out if you haven't. And next, after this, tomorrow morning when payday hits, I will head to the bank and get my cash, and I'll be filming a cash stuffing video. So that will come up next. If you like this video, please give it a like on your way out. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, whatever, feel free to leave those in the comments. And if this is content that you enjoy in any way, please subscribe. I'm so grateful to everyone who has subscribed thus far. We're over 300, which I think is awesome. So that's all I have for today. Until next time, have a great day. Bye.